Okay, if anybody feels the need to mention SpongeBob, do it now and just get it over with.
Who was flickering the lights? Nosferatu!
I am Dracula.
I'm gonna make him an offer again.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Dance off, bro! Me and you!
Hey guys, so this year marked the 100th anniversary of the oldest film adaptation of Bram Stoker's Dracula. Well, at least the oldest one that still exists anyway. So in commemoration of this, to celebrate Halloween this year, as a little sub-series within the 1001 movie series, I'm going to be doing a Draculathon. For the next 5 episodes, starting now and running through October, we will be reviewing 5 of the most critically renowned versions of Dracula, starting with the one that started it all. Nosferatu is a movie that we're lucky to have it all. Filmmakers did not have the rights to the Dracula novel, so they did what any self-respecting artist would do. They plagiarized it. They kept much of the plot, but changed the names of all the characters in order to try and fool those pesky courts of law. Harker becomes Hutter, Mina becomes Ellen, Renfield becomes Knock, and Count Dracula becomes Count Orlok. Well, the judges weren't fooled, and Bram Stoker's widow sued for copyright infringement, won, and all copies of the film were ordered to be destroyed. Fortunately, a single print survived, and we still get to watch this masterpiece today. But do you know what's really funny though? In 1930, a re-edited sound version of Nosferatu called The 12th Hour, A Night of Horror, was cobbled together, and the kicker is that this version itself was an unauthorized production, even going so far as to change the names of all the characters again in order to try and avoid copyright. Again. Count Dracula, who was Count Orlok, was now Prince Volkov. So yeah, they literally copyright infringed on a property that itself was a copyright infringement. Great stuff. Now there are 2 main things that everybody has to mention when reviewing Nosferatu: German Expressionism and Max Schreck. Firstly, German Expressionism was a style of filmmaking in the 19-teens and 20s, which was known for its use of visual distortion, hyper-expressive performances, and of course, lots of shadows. And while Nosferatu isn't the most extreme example of the genre, like say, The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, Nosferatu does undeniably have some great shadow play going on here. I mean, this staircase scene alone is so iconic that you could print it on a Halloween card and it works. I'd buy that card even if I didn't know what the movie was. Then there's the legend of Max Schreck. And you know what, I'm just gonna call him by his first name Max because I just can't stop thinking about this handsome lad every time I say the name Schreck. Max gives one of the most memorable performances of all time here. The intensity that he brings to the character is so incredible that the 2000 film Shadow of the Vampire, which is a fictionalized retelling of Nosferatu's production, Max is portrayed as being a real vampire, hired on to the movie's cast as an actor to add more realism to the film. That would be like if 80 years later somebody made a movie about the production of The Dark Knight, in which Heath Ledger is portrayed as being an actual serial killer terrorist clown all along. Point is, if you portray a vampire so well that people start to make folklore about you literally being a vampire, you know you've given a good performance. But alas, the biggest impact this movie had on me was that it kinda gave me mild thalassophobia. No, I'm serious, it sounds strange, like vampires, the ocean, what's the connection there? Well, in Nosferatu, there's this great sequence in which Count Orlok is on a ship from Transylvania to Wisborg, and along the journey, he starts killing everybody on board, leaving the crew with a grisly decision. Either stay on board and succumb to whatever unseen evil is haunting them, or jump overboard and let yourself be swallowed by the depths. Those vast, empty, monotonous depths, from which nobody will ever find you again. It's a terrible decision, and it's honestly the best, most haunting part of the whole movie for me. I mean, it took a few years to develop, but I genuinely believe that it was this aspect of the movie, the inescapable nature of the sea. Once you're out there, you're at the total mercy of whatever forces you encounter. This is what planted the seed of distrust that I have with the ocean. I'm not going to pretend like I have some crippling fear or anything. Like, from a distance, I'm generally okay. The beach is fine as long as it's nice and sunny out, but it would also be a lie to say that I've never experienced a panic attack after watching certain videos. And all thanks to this movie, as odd as it may seem. It's a testament to a horror movie's effectiveness when it actually invokes a new fear in you. So, to wrap up this first episode of Draculathon, I think you can kinda tell that I'm a fan of this movie. It's one of my go-to Halloween movies every year. With the movie being silent, and the fact that it's just so old, it has a unique creepiness to it that I can't find in any other version of Dracula. While it isn't the best version in every category, Knock is definitely one of the weaker versions of the Renfield character in this movie for me. Its uniqueness earns its spot as one of my beloved favorites, so I'm glad that that penniless widow who had a legitimate legal claim against this movie did not get the justice that she deserved. Oh man, when you put it that way, now it looks like I'm the bad guy. So on that note, if you liked what you saw here today, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and until next time, good night.